In this video, I'll share a general update on my progress, briefly describe the existing and new exercises I'm doing, and then provide a demonstration of 2 exercises at the end. The demonstration of one of the exercises may be particularly interesting to you because of the pain I felt at the time and my thoughts on it afterwards. Timestamps to these main sections can be found in the description of the video.
So it's day 77. I saw the physio yesterday and it was a good day in terms of where I was at in my progress. The physio said things are coming along well. Obviously doing all the exercises and sticking to a good routine has helped me in that regard. So now the physio has cleared me to walk around in normal shoes for most day-to-day situations. You've got to be careful with things like crowds or unstable or uneven ground, that sort of thing. At this stage, I've still got a couple of weeks of kind of graduating from the boot to get the ankle and the heel and the calf and the foot and everything used to walking again everywhere. So that involves dealing with the random encounters and bits and pieces, and like pavement tiles that are slightly sticking up, or slight slips and trips and that kind of thing. So there's added risk, and once again I'm concerned about what I might be doing too riskily, but on the other hand it's a necessary step in the process. So really good that I'm walking around in normal shoes. It is slower than with the boot. In the boot feel very safe. In the shoes are sort of taking it easy, but also because it still hurts to walk and try and take normal steps. So reducing the length of the steps helps, and having to consciously think about, all right, how am I activating the calf and using the ball of the foot and the toes to sort of push off. But that's part of the retraining. The other really cool thing is I'm driving now. So I went for a bit of a drive yesterday and then a longer one today. Obviously with my right foot out of action, that's meant no driving unless I wanted to risk it or try and get some doctor's approval for driving with the boot, but I just didn't pursue it and took Ubers and Ola cabs everywhere, or public transport, generally public transport. Sort of helped me out, so that was fine. So the exercises have changed slightly as well. I'm still doing the heel pulled back with the compression band and doing the raises, sort of 10 to 15 of them, up to 10 times a day. Doing the same thing but with a weight on top of the knee, doing that 2 to 3 times a day, and that's with 15 kilos, working my way up to 50. So I'm at 22.5 right now, which, I don't know, it's 7.5 kilos more than the minimum of where the exercise started, but it's still, I guess to me, I'm maybe a bit impatient. I would like that to be higher, but I've just got to keep working at it for now. So 22.5, it's better than 15, I guess. Then I'm still doing the double leg heel raises or calf raises, but with 90% weight on the left and 10% on the right, and sort of aiming to put more on the right. Obviously in time aiming for 50-50, but that's holding for 10 seconds, 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets, and that's done once or twice over the day. And then the new exercise is doing 50-50 calf raises, but this time sort of going as high as I can and dropping, well, not dropping, and lowering. So 50-50 weight, pushing as hard as I can, and what's really cool is that I have been able to do that, but you sort of get to, I don't know, it feels like a third of the range. So 50-50, full weight, and activating the calf and pushing at the top of where the or at the top of where I can get to, and then lowering and repeating that. And then that's only like a once a day. The other exercise was with standing, and now instead of just going, left to right, I'm also going front and back and doing toe scrunches and raises. So I guess the exercises are mostly the same. The way that we're working on getting strength back to the calf itself is from the bottom, so that's the 50-50 weight, and obviously it can already do some work there, which is good. And then the other one is at the extreme, or the 100% range of motion. Physio pointed out that I was probably going a bit too high. Don't necessarily need the range that a dancer might have. So I guess, yeah, I'm less concerned about getting to that 100% range of motion, or where I thought I should be building strength. And it doesn't have to be as high. So that's good, because it was really weak at that extreme range. Now it's hurting my Achilles, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I think I'm going to leave it alone. That's a little bit sad. I'll try again tomorrow. It's just that one's a once a day thing, but yeah, it shouldn't. I don't know. It's the first time that I've really felt the Achilles hurting when adding load to it. So it's possible that just from the walking and driving I've done today, that it's had enough work. I really don't want to push it too far. So see how I go with some of the other exercises later, some of the ones that I'm used to. Maybe drop the weights or sort of thing. As the thing that I don't want is to be delayed by any significant amount of time with the rehab. I already think I am a little bit behind where I perceive I should be, but I guess that's comparing myself to an ideal situation, or maybe an average best case scenario. So it's quite possible that most people don't manage to keep on track with the ideal schedule. And the physio was saying yesterday that with the seated calf raises, for example, some people are just too they're not aggressive enough in terms of loading up the Achilles, because it can take it, but they keep the weights lower and don't want to push it too much. So I mean, in this case, well, yeah, what is the signal for proceeding or not? I think the pain that I was feeling just then was probably a bit much, but I'll see what it feels like tomorrow when I do the same thing after a bit of rest and maybe not as much walking and driving.
I forgot to use my main camera to film a demonstration of the double leg calf raises with 90-10 weight distribution. So here's a nice grainy one with no audio that I recorded on my phone later that day. Note that compared to the 50-50 exercise, this one required holding for 10 seconds at the top of range, but was much easier for me to do. If you found this or my other videos helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you could drop a like or subscribe to the channel. That lets YouTube know that you like the content, and it'll help get this information out there to other Achilles rehab patients. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.